have a 2004 Jeep Liberty, like I do. I just want to give you all a little heads up that if you choose to disconnect your battery like I just did, because my car's going to be sitting for a minute, and the battery was starting to get a little bit of corrosion on the negative cable, so I decided to go ahead and disconnect the battery. And then I opened the liftgate glass in the back, and I couldn't get it shut. So I had to reconnect the battery, unlock the doors, close the liftgate glass, and then disconnect it again. So I wrote on my glass on the outside in a like chalk marker, don't do it, Sandra, so that I'll remember to not open that. So just a heads up, just thought I'd throw that out there. Another thing that some folks might not know about these cars is you can get your own engine codes by turning the key to the on, off, on position, and it'll display where the odometer is. It'll display your what your codes are for your engine. So there's just some couple little things that people might not know about that I think I would have liked to have known sooner. But trial and error. So I have on order a full aluminum radiator to replace the one that's in it. It has a radiator with plastic tanks on the intake and on the out. So that's where my leak is coming from, is from from the upper tank. I guess where it goes, the inlet tank. And I just decided that I love my neighbors slamming their trash can lids and slamming things. I love that. I think that's the coolest shit in the world. Welcome to why I don't do very many YouTube videos. This almost never fails that whenever I'm recording, I end up scrapping videos because of shit like that. But fuck it. I'm down if you're down. So that's the problem with it, is it makes me lose my train of thought. 100%. It's not cool. Yeah. Once I gather my thoughts, we'll be back. Let's do that. Because that's where my channel has decided that it's going. Because I'm finding that there's not enough content out there about these rigs. Because what I see with the Jeep Liberty is the same thing that happened with the Jeep Cherokees. It's going to happen, and it is happening with the Jeep Liberties, is once they become about 20 years old, about 200,000 miles on them, they start to present big problems, which seems pretty typical for off-road vehicles that are that age. I mean, you have to expect it. So there's people that want to drive like perfect, pretty little Jeeps, and then there's the others like me who likes to take a Jeep that people just want to like either dump it or just swap the engine. And no, we're gonna work with what we got. I'm one of those Jeep people. I'm one of those people that is in it for the long haul. I literally wanted to keep my very first Jeep forever. I never wanted to never wanted to part with my 89 Cherokee 4.0 L6 with the manual transmission. And it was so bare bones. It had manual windows, the whole shebang. It had no frills, no bells, no whistles, and I loved it. I loved her exactly as she was. She had dark tint. See, the only thing that she didn't have was a moonroof. I would have liked that. But this one has it. My Jeep Liberty has it. It has the nice dark tint. It has the moonroof. It has just enough bells and whistles to make me like, all right, what up, bitch? For cars like this that are being loved on. But parts are cheap. Labor is expensive. And luckily, I know how to do a lot of this stuff because when I got my first Jeep, the man I was dating at the time hooked me up with the Jeep. I was the second owner on it, and he was a tech. He was a brake and front end technician, mostly. That was his like main deal of study. But as our relationship went on and we moved and got different jobs, he ended up being kind of just like your all around technician at Freddie's muffler shop. And that's where I sold cars. I sold the used cars while he fixed them.